Hello internet friends, my name is Catherine and I'm the human behind Creation Miss Couture. And today we are, I wouldn't say redempting, but we are doing another Merino cotton blend. And this time I did a little bit more research than the last time, so it's not going to be as crazy as the first experimentation. I'll put a little link and you can go and check out what I mean by that. But I use the same colors that I used in the first video with a different concentration. I did a little bit more research, so it turned out a little bit better. And for my sanity and my ego, I'm happy with this. So let's get into this. Okay, so today it is fiber reactive dye versus Catherine part 2, because today I will be taking Madison's suggestion of trying to do one thing at a time. So instead of mixing my citric acid and my soda ash at the same time, it will be basically to do a second bath and try to do it this way. So I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to be making, first of all, I'm going to use less dye because last time I was left with so much dye into my dye pot that I was able to dye more skeins. And I'm going to also to be using a DK weight this time instead of the fingering weight, because the DK, what I've noticed with the DK Merino cotton blend I have in my position right now is that the way that it is constructed, you can actually see the filament, like one strand of cotton, where with the fingering weight, the blend is very well done because it creates a more heathered, almost porous look. Where with the Merino cotton blend on the DK weight, you can actually see a strand. So I think we will be able to have a better, to see it better. So I'm going to be redoing the same thing. So I will be doing 3 different skeins, but instead of doing 1% stock solution, I think I'm going to go with the 0.25% stock solution for this. And hope for the best. So, and instead of doing like the sapphire blue and dragon fruit together, I'll do sapphire blue first, and then I will be changing my water and changing my pot to do the dragon fruit one. So this is the plan, and let's get do this. All right, so I'm going to do this one as the dragon fruit, and I already started my pots of water. So here's the sapphire blue, and this one over here. I'll most likely use this one for when I'm ready to transfer and change the water for the rest. So I'm going to grab my gloves here, and I don't have any acid or soda ash so far because I want a good color penetration for on the skeins. Okay, let's try it. It gives a really cute bubblegum color. I like that. We shall see. Maybe we won't be seeing the difference. I don't know. We'll see. We will see what happens. It almost looks like blue jeans. Ooh, maybe the effect on the yarn when it's dried will actually create a jean effect. That would be super cool if it did that. We'll see. I'll try to remember that I said that. So we can actually try to compare. I don't have blue jeans though. I don't wear jeans that much anymore. We're going to let this cook a little bit before adding any soda ash or citric acid, just to give it the chance to strike evenly. No, but is it evenly? Heavenly? No, evenly. I was right the first time. Okay, evenly on the entire strands. Oh, I can see that maybe I didn't dissolve the dye properly because there's a dark spot there. It's okay. It's just for a test. I'm not going to sell those most likely because I don't know if they're bleeders. So, okay, let's let this cook for a little bit and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm going to be adding we can already see that some of the color has absorbed, which is nice. So I'm just going to add the soda ash here. And remember that this skein will be ours are hard for me in English. Sorry about that, friends. So this will be the control skein for the pink dragon fruit. Let's grab the citric acid. Okay, and this over here. And this one will be our control for the blue sapphire. Good thing I started to heat those spots earlier. Okay. Oh, that's so fun. You can see that this blue sapphire is already starting to strike, which I'm very happy. Nice. That's actually very interesting to see how fast the heat and the citric acid makes a difference. Oh, I like that. And this one? No, not yet. Well, this one's, I think this one was warmer than this one. So it might be another reason why this one seems to be striking faster. But I'm not in a hurry. I'm just very curious. Okay, but while I'm stirring this, this seems to help. I don't usually move it that much once I've made my movement and everything, because I have a feeling that when I do that, like, my fear is that it won't strike evenly on the entire skeins. But like the movement, darn, wow. And this, well, we'll see how this one goes. But it's very cute. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook for half an hour, and we'll come back and see and evaluate what we're doing from there. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. Oh, this is sticky. Why is it? Oh, it was probably in some citric acid. Okay, so this is good. We're just going to turn off this one here. I'm happy with it. Sapphire blue has a tendency to have a little tint left in it, so I'm not very surprised. And here there is some color left in there, so we're going to let this cook a little bit longer. I think that it takes a little longer for the fiber reactive dye to fully strike the yarn, so I'm not exactly worried about this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be transferring this yarn somewhere else, remove this water, put some new water in here, and adding the fiber reactive dye and adding the soda ash and hope for the best, I guess. So I will be right back with this. I already added the fiber reactive dye. Yeah. Let's try to avoid the splashes next time. And it seems that it wants to absorb, so I'm happy with that. Okay, we're doing good. I'll add the soda ash. And we're going to let this cook for half an hour. Maybe a little longer. We shall see. Okay. Okay, let's do this. So this is strange, but when I added the soda ash, it feels like some of the Stock Fibre like leaked into it. So I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with only one thing for the future. But we shall see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it off because it's been on the stove for a very long time. And there's still like some residual heat that will still go in there. So I'm just going to turn it off and we shall see tomorrow what it looks like. But at least the citric acid one is good. So at least we have one that we know will be fine. Okay, so see you tomorrow, friends. Okay, so basically we are very happy with how this turned out because we barely had any of the bleeding that we had in the first time that we did it. If you remember, it was like a chaos and it took me about 20 minutes to get all the excess dyes from the other blend out. So this is a huge win for me in less than 5 minutes because I have to to change the water and everything. I was able to get all the excess dye out of the skeins and I was able to to do something that actually made sense to me. So I'm very happy to say that so far it is Cotton 1, Catherine 1. So we've won one, my friends. Hopefully we can continue on this strike because that was a huge hit on my ego last time. And here's the final result of the Merino cotton DK blend we did earlier. And I'm so happy with the final result because first of all, it almost didn't bleed, which I was very relieved to see I was able to accomplish. I still don't quite understand why when I added the soda ash, the water was kind of murky, cloudy. And as you can see the white strand is the Merino for this one. And I was hoping, or not necessarily hoping, but I was expecting for the purple one, that it would not necessarily be more like I was expecting the white to be covered, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but at the same time there was a tiny bit more bleeding for this one, and our blue one is fantastic. And I really like that it created a periwinkle purple for this one. And I'm just going to show you the comparison to the others, so you can see how much darker the others were. However, the main reason I wanted to try it with the DK is because of the white strand. So the way the DK is made, it's with 7 strands of the cotton and merino, where this one, I feel like the blend is more even through the fiber. So this is what I was expecting when I first was doing the experimentation with the fingering weight. I was expecting something more like this. However, I didn't realize that this was a better blend, if it makes sense. And of course, this is darker because we went with a much higher level of depth of shade and stuff like that, because I was trying to do a 1% depth of shade. However, we had issues, as you can remember. But at least this time I was able to do something that makes sense. And I was able to not have the impression I was doing a volcano in my dye pots. So it was a win in the end, and I'm very happy with that. So if you've liked the video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!